So every time I come up here and talk to somebody, they say, did you come up Highway 11? Now, Highway 11, I know, is the highway that me and Honey Baby were on when we went to Natural Bridge in West Virginia. And there's just a whole area through there. In fact, we was coming across in the camper, and I remember Highway 11 was a big part of everywhere we went. Seems like it was on Highway 11. Well, when Gene back here run the diesel place where the buses were, one of the first things he said is, y'all come up Highway 11. He's a motorcycle guy, and he's also a drag racer. Got that little 56 Ford pickup truck with the 292 Y-block V8 in it. That's long. I'll show you the video on that. The first thing he said, y'all come up Highway 11? Well, I was trying to ask around, looking on the map, trying to figure out how to get on Highway 11 and get back home. Well, the phone said, save 29 minutes and take exit 1. And I remembered the guy at the junkyard just now. He'd done the same thing. He was like, y'all going up Highway? You going down Highway 11? Well, he said, just get off here at exit 1 and go that way. So the phone said, save 29 minutes, get on 1, and then a few minutes later the phone said save 14 minutes and get on Highway 414, and then it said, drive so many miles to Highway 11. So apparently I am in the process on the way to find Highway 11 again. Now let me say this, it'd probably make a pretty neat trip just to jump in something that rolls and ride up and down Highway 11, because it seems like Highway 11 probably goes through every place of interest that you can imagine in America. Well, at least in this part of America. In fact, I know that, all up and down through Highway 11, like you could go on the interstate, which the interstate does places where we was crossing the interstate, but I'm a big fan of not going on the interstate. I growed up in a time when interstates hadn't even been invented yet. And when I was a little boy, we lived down in the woods, and if you wanted to get to Atlanta, you got on old Highway 78, and if you wanted to get to Birmingham, you got on old Highway 78, and you risked your life trying to get from where you was to where you was going, because them roads between Douglasville, Georgia, and Birmingham, Alabama, Tuscaloosa, where's that racetrack at? That big Talladega, all out in there, Anniston. That was all where am I at? Keep in mind where I'm going. So all of that was old Highway 78, and that road was twisty and turny, and all the trailer trucks. See, we didn't have no interstate, so all the trailer trucks was on that road. Old Highway 78, it was uphill, downhill, round the corner, hang on to your seat, buddy. Drive, do some real driving, shift some gears and all of that stuff. Go up that big long hill there at the other side of, what's that little town? You go up that big hill, and then back when this building stayed, you get top of that hill, and then you go down the hill to Anniston, where they restarted the Highway 20. There was a section between Douglasville and I think it was Anniston that they didn't have no interstate. Anyway. There's a truck stop out there called Old 78 Highway Truck Stop. Well, actually, there's one in Douglasville called that too, but this one was at the top of a hill on Highway 78 and had a cartoon on the window of Popeye dragging a Mack truck up a hill with a rope over his shoulder, and him hauling that truck up and down those hills. Well, there's stories I could tell you about some of them old truck stops that I wouldn't want people to know about, but it was back when truck driving was something. If you was a truck driver, buddy, I just won't even talk about that, but I would talk about it, but I don't want to say it to the whole world, because there's things that happen in them truck stops that I shouldn't be talking about. Anyway, it was interesting. It was real interesting. Where was I going with that? The 2-lane roads, that's where I was going with that. So I like driving them old 2-lane roads way better than I like driving on the interstate. Because to me, the interstate is boring. Everybody's trying to go faster than everybody else, and you're all lined up 4 lanes wide, 6 lanes wide, 8 lanes wide. Everybody's trying to go 1/2 a mile an hour faster so you can get in front of the other guy before they, I don't like it. I get on, give me a 2-lane road any day. I'm turning right on the Highway 11 right now. Right here at the stop sign here. I'll let you look and see. Here we are. And there's Highway 11. And we're going to turn. We're going to stop for the sign. And we're going to turn right here. And then we're going to be on Highway 11. Look at this. Look at this here. Woohoo! Take 1 mile and take a slight left turn onto Tougaloo Road. Now, Tougaloo is over on the other side of Toccoa. I used to live in Toccoa, and Tougaloo was where State Park is over there at on Lake what's that lake right next to me? Lake Hartwell. And my dad owns some property over in, well, we used to go over to the park over at Tougaloo and put a boat in. And anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and pay attention to this map GPS thing and we're going to see if we can get home. I'll talk to y'all more later as we go along. I hope you're having a good day, and if you're not, get over it. Just get over it. Go out and drive around on an interesting road or something. Just get over it. So the GPS told me to take a turn back there on Tougaloo Road, and Tougaloo Road looked like a little backwater, neighborhood road that would lead you to another road that would put me on something like 414. But I don't want to be on 414. I want to stay on 11. And as I look ahead, and you can't see it right now because I'm in the valley, I can see mountains. Oh, look at that. That looks like a covered bridge. There used to be a covered bridge. I was just talking about it with that guy a while ago. He said something about Dawsonville. And I said, yeah, I lived in Dawsonville right just before the bridge burned down, the covered bridge. And I lived there's a dirt road between my house and Bill Elliott's house, but you couldn't get through there unless you had a big old four-wheel drive truck. And he didn't know me, and I only knew of him because he's, went on to be a famous race car driver. This is back before. This is just back when he was a local guy, racing at the local tracks. But before he went on to become a national champion, But anyway, I was going to show you them mountains, but you can't see the mountains for the trees right here where I'm at. Maybe if I just keep the camera running for another second or two, we might break out of the trees so you can see the mountains. But if we don't get where you can see the mountains, I'll just cut the camera off, save me a little bit of battery. I didn't start with a completely full battery because I thought, I ain't gonna be filming much up here today. I don't need a completely full battery. I got enough battery to last, and lo and behold, here I am thinking the battery might run out. So I'm just gonna stop talking now, because I'm sure you done heard enough of me talking for one day, and I'll turn you back on and we can see some mountains. Okay, bye. Click. All right, it looks like some mountains up there. I don't know if you can see them or not. Yeah, we got a glimpse of them.